millimeter RPG, Rick here, and I did a video with Shonner last night. This is the video that prompted the idea of not you don't want your mechanics, your system, wagging the dog, like yourself, the game master, or your whole thing that you are trying to create. So we talked about you got to set your tone. Do you want all the random stuff to possibly happen? With the rules. In the case of Traveler, you are using skill rules for a lot of things. But we also read in the Traveler book, in case people were wondering, yeah, you don't have to roll for every kind of thing, unless you want that kind of thing to be happening. you know, um, and for instance, what we're looking here is a little comment put on here by RPG Grandma saying, "Okay, he rolled a 1 trying to eat hot dogs." And we'll get into this. So let's start off here by listening.
Places like that. He rolled a 1 trying to eat hot dogs. Pretty much RPG Grandma.
That's what happens when you are over-reliant on skill systems in tabletop gaming. You get ridiculous stuff like, did you take the hot dog eating feat? Well, no. Well, then your build is all screwed up. You're at a serious negative. Give me a roll. I rolled a 1. You bring the hot dog to your mouth, your onions slide off. Give me a saving throw. Give me a dex saving throw. I rolled a 2. You slip and break your coccyx. That's 1d8 damage, and you're at -2 dex until you get that scene. That's
so yeah, okay, and
why you don't have skill systems mixed in with your RPGs. It slows stuff down and overcomplicates. How many times do I have to tell you people this?
Okay, so yeah, it's not necessarily that you shouldn't have a skill system if you're running a role-playing game. However, we were talking about, do you want those things? I mean, those things do actually happen in real life, where you go ahead and you grab your hamburger and go mush, and half of it goes blue onto your lap. I mean, that can happen. Is that an effect that you want to have happen in your role playing? I mean, you may see it in an occasional movie where, I mean, even in a Tarantino movie, that could be something that happens. The guy, or even Terminator. In the case when the Terminator comes rolling around in the bar scene, and Sarah Connor, I think she drops something or something. So, and then as she ducks down to go ahead and grab whatever it is on the floor, the Terminator comes in and does his kind of scanning thing and totally misses her at first glance. So it gives her a little bit of time. But how do you convey that in a role-playing game? Do you have those sorts of things happen in order to have an interesting thing occur while there is a hunt and chase kind of thing? Or I don't know. It's you could have it, but it could also, like I say, wag the dog, wag your system a certain way. It may not turn out the way that you thought it would. And a lot of us game masters have assumptions on how things are going to roll in their game as it's being played, but then they don't happen that way. So it's a real balancing act on whether or not you want to use the skill system in the surprising possible ways that could happen, like in case of the Sarah Connor, Terminator idea. Or, man, do you just you insert something like that in um, as a happenstance, it's hard to it's hard to say because I mean it would be cool in one way to have the thing happen, in the case of Sarah Connor, but I don't know. It's something that you might want to explore with the system. um Personally, I don't make people roll for certain things at times. I usually don't have the Sarah Connor, ducking out, situation in the game, but I mean, I don't know. What do you guys think out there? Do you think we should be rolling for eating your hot dog and possibly choking on the hot dog and having to worry about a buddy, another player perform the Heimlich maneuver on you? I mean, it's it's something you got to think about in the theme of your game if you really want to be doing that sort of thing. But a lot of times, you're not even rolling to see if you have to go to the bathroom or not. Like when does that happen? You could be in the middle of engagement and man, you gotta pee real bad. It's what do you do? you know, it could lead to some interesting things, but at the same time, it can also lead you down that horrible uh where everything's reliant on rolls all the time. And do you want to do that? Do you want that to happen? I do stuff when like for instance when Josh didn't have a driving skill, but he was going to go ahead and try and drive a wheeled vehicle away from an area, and I made him roll because he's not skilled at it at all. And I seen how bad it could get. I kind of let it linger on for a bit. He's driving. He's got the vehicle. He's got sort of it under control until he comes to a corner and he goes flying off. So, uh, the I mean, when it's something that is skill based and you're trying to perform a function like driving, yeah, I definitely. But if you're trying to eat something, and I don't want to bog my game down with a lot of rolling and stuff like that too. So um, it's a thing. If I know that the Terminator is coming into the bar, should I make, you know, Joe, who's being hunted, roll to see if he, drops his drink or whatever and then ducks out of the way at the time? Um, what kind of, I don't know. I don't know. Uh, is it something that the Terminator has to do? The Terminator is the one that makes the roll to accidentally miss, scanning, and I just put in the thing where Joe goes ahead and drops his jacket, so he bends down to go ahead and pick it up. Therefore, the Terminator, because he rolled badly, that's exactly what happened. It's not. It's not what the. It's not on the player end. It's on the NPC end. So, I mean, you can look at it that way too. I don't know. It's a debate on. It's something that you can discuss if that kind of thing you want to have in your game. Um, but at the same time, you don't want to be having now because you've decided that you must roll for, eating a hot dog, and then we got to roll for everything else, right? Walk down the street, you trip. I mean, I've walked around things. I've tripped on carpets that had been freshly laid down by the carpet person that comes in and replaces your carpets every couple of weeks. you know, and the carpet's all kind of like doing this still because they had it all rolled up. And yeah, I've seen people take a spill sometimes. You know, it's what happens. You want your, your players to be rolling for those things. Yeah, I mean, it's entirely up to you. I guess you got to have kind of a discussion with your players and see where they sit with that. Do they want Monty Python kind of shenanigans happening every once in a while where they trip on something or whatever? I understand if it's something like as they're doing a getaway and something they're doing a lot of, you know, um jumping over crates or something in order to get away. It's kind of an area where there's crates blocking it and other things. Maybe that can happen, but I don't know. I don't usually watch the Dungeon Delver, but he does do the Traveler games every once in a while. So I mean, if you guys want to see that thing, it's here's his the name of his channel down in the bottom here, the Dungeon Delver. Probably don't see my my there you go. Now you see my thing. So Dungeon Delver, if you want to check out some more Traveler kind of stuff, he does all kinds of games, but he has a lot of random people come in and a lot of them don't role play. There's a few of them that would like to, I think, by the looks of it, but don't really get the chance to because his game style isn't doesn't really have the players playing in character. It's kind of like that same old goofy kind of, everybody's just there to attend and do the roles and talk shenanigans basically. But that's okay if you want to play that way. Whenever I have a game, like I say, I get down to brass tacks and I want to have a good session where the players are in characters, so or as much as they possibly can. And sometimes we succeed, sometimes we have little fails, but it's all good. It's all learning. Everybody is they're having fun, but they're also skilling up in what they're doing, which is what I'm all about. You got to try to develop those role playing skills. So anyways, just putting that out there, and if you got any comments about that, put them below. But if you like what you're seeing and you want to go ahead and support my channel, just hit that subscribe button. That's all you have to do. It's free. Just do it. And we'll have more people learning about how to role play and ins and outs of that kind of stuff. You can watch me fail or succeed on my live plays. There we go. Check it out. Because I'm not the one. Take care, guys.